Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start reclaiming your confidence. Start standing in your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. I am here to remind you I'm a confidence coach and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hola friends, welcome back. I am feeling really good, even though I'm sniffly. Last podcast I did, I was catching a cold, and I'm not going to believe that I'm sick. Just saying. I'm just sniffly right now, and I am going to be great, and I'm not going to get sick, because that's a good thing to think and believe. And with that being said, I am super pumped because today's episode is all about victimness and the drama pattern. This is something that I learned from one of my mentors, and it's changed the game for me and for so many of my clients, because the drama pattern sounds very dramatic and crazy, and it is, and it's fantastic for those of you out there who really want to get a handle on a time in your life where maybe you're feeling like you're playing the victim, or you're feeling like you're at the cause of someone else, so you're at the effect, of someone else's behavior, and you are not understanding what's happening, and you're feeling like a victim, or you're feeling victimized. Now, when I say victim, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be like, you're a victim, blah, blah, blah. I don't mean it that way. I have all the love and respect for each and every one of you listening. And look, what happened to me when I was a kid, I was victimized. I was sexually abused. I was physically abused. And that wasn't okay. So if this has happened to you, it is not okay what's happened, right? I'm not saying that. But victim, to me, when I speak about victim in this episode, it's about you sitting in a place of not having any power or any strength because of a decision that you are choosing to make. For example, I want to talk to you a little bit about cause and effect, because cause and effect is basically when you're at cause of your life, you are creating your life. You are the cause of. So someone who is at cause of their life, like me, a statement I would say is, I create my future. I create my life. I create what I want. Someone who's at effect of their life, you're at the effect of what happens is, because you did that to me, then I got this. You made me feel angry, or because I was raised like this, that's why I'm so sad, or because I'm an only child, that's why I don't like people, or because I was, raped right now, or not right now, because I was raped, that's why I think all men in the whole wide world are horrible and I will never trust a man. Now, that last one is hard. I've had sexual abuse and I made it mean stuff, right? Now, does that mean you got to be careful? Of course, you've had an experience and you want to watch what you're doing and who you're hanging out with, but it does not mean that every single man in the world is bad. No. Or if you got, sexually abused by a woman, every single woman is bad. Do you get me? So when you were sitting in this victim mentality where you're at effect of your life, you're not causing the effect, you're at the effect of your life, that's a place of disempowerment, and you're not going to be empowered, and you're not going to be able to make the decisions and the life for yourself that you desire. Basically, you're going to be like, I'm angry because they pissed me off. I'm sad because of them. It's all everybody else's fault. And if it's someone else's fault, good or bad, then you can't change it. If I say I'm sad because someone called me fat, then, them calling me fat made me sad, versus I chose to take what they said and make it mean that I'm not good enough. But I'm not going to make that choice anymore. They don't have any power over me. Do you get me? So listen, I want to say with compassion, this is really hard. This is not like, normal for most people to go, I'm at cause of my life. I caused the thing. I'm a purposeful creator. Where more and more of us are getting to this place, but it's very easy to get caught up in being a victim. It's very easy to blame why we are where we are. I listen to Gary Vee a lot, and I love him because I didn't love him initially, by the way. I thought he was a piece of shit. I didn't like him. Gary Vee, if you're listening, I didn't like your ass. But you know why? Because I was judging him and thinking that he was annoying, up himself, that he was all about money, that he didn't care about people because he cuts people off and he's real hyper and crazy. And I'm hyper and crazy, so I don't like that shit. And then I realized he's actually fucking amazing. He's an amazing dude. He's not all about himself. He's in service of others. He's just got a different flavor, and he says shit how it is. And I've got a similar flavor. And there's people that like him and there's people that don't like him. And he's got a stat that says 30% of people that first listen to him don't like him, and then they convert and they love him. And I think it's hilarious that he has a statistic around it. He's tested and measured it. But basically, Gary Vee talks a lot about, he talks to entrepreneurs and people who want to start businesses and be influencers and be successful. And he says, don't give me the reasons why you're not. Don't give yourself the reasons why you're not XYZ, because everybody has a story. And it's so true. And this really, I know this, right? This part of him didn't impact me. But what impacted me was the fact that he is saying this out in the world to people that really need to fucking hear it. It's not enough that you say, yeah, but you don't understand. I was kidnapped and my father did this and my mother did that. Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm the only child. Yeah, but you don't understand. Okay. I'm not saying it's okay, and neither is he. But what we're saying is that going to be reason for you not to go for the things you want to go for? Are you going to allow that to hold you back? Or are you going to use that shit to propel you forward? Because he says there are plenty of people who have had similar stories to you. You're not the only human on the planet that's experienced that hardship. As a matter of fact, there's been more humans who've experienced worse hardship. If you haven't read my story, I have it on Instagram. I'm doing a video about it because I really want to start sharing it. And every time I speak, I share a slide about my story. And I share it because I want people to know that Erica Kramer, who is, the queen of confidence and does the Confidence Chronicles podcast all about confidence, isn't just this fucking confident woman walking around with a fucking cape attached to her back, all confident with a big C on her chest. Woohoo! That's not me, y'all. I lack confidence too. I have shit happen to me too. I had a fucked up childhood too. There's all kinds of crazy shit that happens in my world day to day. I just now have conscious choice as to how I want to perceive things and what I want to make things mean. And so don't you, right? So the whole point of having this podcast is building the awareness that you don't have to be at effect to your life. You could be the cause of your life, right? So Gary Vee says, Oprah, have you checked out Oprah's story? If you haven't, please Google Oprah's story when we finish this podcast. When you finish listening to me, get on to Google and Google Oprah's story. How did Oprah become Oprah? What's her story? She's got a crazy ass story. If you look at Oprah's life and you go back to her childhood and you see her as a child, you don't think that child's going to end up being Oprah. You don't think that Tony Robbins is going to end up being Tony Robbins when you look at his background. So if he can overcome that, if people can literally overcome the toughest shit on the planet and come back strong, rising strong, as Brene Brown would say, how come you can't? How come I can't? We can. And this is the whole point of sharing our stories and creating podcasts and having empowering speaking events and having people share the shit that's happened to them. Because if it happened to me and it happens to you and I survived, then you have a bit of hope that you could survive. And guess what? You can. And more than survive, you can fucking thrive. You get me? So I want to talk to you about causing the effect. And this is something that Joe Dispenza talks about a lot. If, you know what, it's deep. Causing the effect is deep. We're going to go into that in another podcast because Joe Dispenza is just redonkulous. Google him as well. He's the bomb. But instead of living that something happens and then you react a certain way, because they do that, you do that, because this happened, you do that, why not become a creator? And it's so easy to say and it takes a lot of work to do. So here comes in the drama pattern. And when I learned this, I was like, holy shit, I talk about this in my workshops. If you're coming to my workshop in October, if you're in Melbourne, you're going to hear about this shit. And if you're a client of mine listening to this, homegirl, we talk about this all the time. The drama pattern looks like this. It's a triangle. So imagine in your mind's eye a triangle. If you got a pen and paper, you may not, because I don't listen to podcasts with a pen and paper either. Don't worry. Just think about in your head a triangle. And the top of the triangle, I want you to think of the word victim. That's at the top of the triangle, victim. Victim, 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 right? On the bottom left of the triangle, the other point of the triangle, I want you to think of the word rescuer. Rescuer. On the bottom right of the triangle, the other third point, I want you to think of aggressor. So here's how it works. This is the drama pattern. If you are playing the victim in your life, somebody is rescuing you because you're a victim. Somebody is aggressing you. Maybe you jump from one to the other and one to the other, depending on the relationships that we're talking about here. How does this look? Oh my God, I'm so fat. I'm so ugly. No one's going to love me. Oh, my body's horrible. No, I don't look so pretty. Don't say that. I'm so ugly. I'm being victimed in case you didn't realize. Here's the rescuer. Oh my God, no, don't say that about yourself. You're so beautiful. I think you're amazing. Look, I think you're so gorgeous. You really shouldn't talk like that. Please don't talk like that about yourself, my dear friend, my rescuer. And the aggressor's like, come on, seriously? We going to this party. Just put something on. Stop being so worried about the way you look. You're ridiculous. This bullshit. There's other people that have the same body as you, and they're not blah, blah, blah. And the aggressor is aggressive, and they, yell, and they're, and they're the hard love, or if you want to call that love, they're aggressing you. Somebody rescues you. Somebody aggresses you. Maybe you aggress yourself. Whatever. That's the drama pattern, right? And what happens in the middle, I want you to imagine the word neutral. Neutral. The idea of this whole triangle of drama is for you to become neutral. It's hard, but guess what? You can. And how does that look? Instead of jumping into one of the three, you stay neutral with the circumstances that are at hand. How do you do this? By practicing and by managing your mind and managing your thoughts. We haven't even done a podcast on that, and that's what all my fucking work is about. Oh my God, y'all. We just scratching the surface up in here. So managing your mind, managing your thoughts, knowing that you have a choice. You don't have to react. You don't have to go into victim mode. You don't have to go into rescuer mode. And here's the thing. When you are playing the victim in your life and saying it's because of this and, oh my God, you don't understand. Like, it's so hard for me because I have this condition and no, it's not curable. And everything you say is a problem. Like if you come to me with problem, then I think you don't want a solution. Have you ever talked to someone like that? Like, no, but this, no, but you don't understand. No, but this. And you're like, okay, well, what about if you tried that? And what's going well for you? And how about this? This is my mom, y'all. I love you, Mom. But you'll be coming to me with some bullshit. And I'm like, Ma, tell me what's going well for you. What's happening good? No, Erika, you don't know it, because, my back is killing me and it hurts so bad. And I just can't get out of the bed. And I'm like, Ma, anyway, have you seen the doctor? No, Erika, el doctor, he doesn't listen to me. I don't know. I got to get a better doctor. Does she ever go get a fucking better doctor? No. She just loves to talk about this shit. And she cracks me up because she's becoming my grandma, rest in peace. She would talk shit about my grandma, always complaining about her hemorrhoids. That's my mom, y'all. She's doing the same shit. I'll be damned. I'm not going to do that. I got the awareness. She doesn't. That's okay. She may never have the awareness. She may never, and that's okay. I can still love her, but I do. So when she's playing the victim, I'm over here trying to be neutral. Okay, well, what else is going on? And then sometimes I gotta go, Mom, I love you, and I hang up because I don't want to be caught up in that shit. I'm not gonna rescue you, and I'm not gonna be like, come on, Mom, and aggress you. I'm not getting caught up in that. So sometimes check out in your life where you have victim friends and you become victim too, and then you all have a fucking pity party, and you set up tent. Pity parties are okay, by the way, and playing the victim for like 2 seconds is okay sometimes, by the way. But I'm talking about you set up fucking shop, and you fucking build a town. You got tents, and then you build homes, and you're on some Monopoly money, and you fucking build hotels, and you motherfuckers live in Victim Town, and you live there. And you put your kids in school there, and that's your home. And that's where you are all the time. And I'm like, fuck that. That's not going to serve you. I might do a layover in Victim Town. I might get on the plane and stop there because I'm having a moment. And I'm like, Mah! And then I'm like, oh shit, where am I? Oh yeah, I know where I'm at. I'm in Victim Town. I don't like this fucking place. I've been here a lot. I used to come here a lot as a kid. I used to come here a lot as a young adult in my shitty relationships. I used to come here a lot 5 years ago. I don't want to go back there. Give me a map. How the fuck do I get out? Right? And all the work I've done gets me out. But if you don't do work on that shit, some people don't even know they live in Victim Town. They were born and raised there. They're going to die in the cemetery in Victim Town. This is getting out of hand now, isn't it? Yes. But you get me? So you need to know where you have some self-awareness as to where you're at. And if you're there, that's cool. I don't want to be here anymore. Okay, let's get you out of there. How do I do that? You start by paying attention. Number one, what are you saying about yourself? How do you speak about yourself? Number two, who are you hanging out with? Are your friends like that? Is it all about how bad life is and how this is that and it's because of this person and it's because of that person? Is it? Check it out. Because it could be. It depends on the reality that you choose to see, right? Because there are many realities. What are you focusing on? What you focus on expands, right? Where you put your energy and your attention, that's what expands. That's what gets more and more and more and more. You're going to find evidence for how you're a victim and how poor me and all this, that, and the other. So listen to me. I really, really, really want to drive this home and finish up with my crazy ass rant. This has turned into a rant. So yes, victimness. You just got to check it out. You got to see where you're at. Become self-aware. What's happening? Catch yourself. Catch yourself. I'm telling you, catching yourself is the key. Because when you can notice that you do it and catch that you do it, then you can stop doing it. Then you can go, oh, I so do this. Oh my God, my friends do this. Oh my God, I just saw my mom do it. Don't judge people, by the way, but just know that you can see what's happening. Then you can make a different choice. This is about the work. This is the work at hand. And especially if you don't like your life right now, or you don't like the results that you're getting right now, or you don't like the job you have right now, or you don't like the relationships, the friendships, anything you're not happy with right now, you can make a different choice. And before you do that, you need to know where you are and that you don't like it. And playing the victim will not serve you, my love. It will not serve you. And realize when you're in the I, but me, but it's all about I, and I'm not good enough, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I. And just have a look. Have a look at it and see where it's true for you. And don't judge others when they're in there, because I knew how to play a victim so well. I had all this evidence stacked up against myself. And now I use my past and my story to propel me forward, to go, shit, okay, that happened to me. That happened for me, I usually say. That happened for me to learn that I need to blah, blah, blah. I broke my back in a car accident, drinking and driving. And the year after, I lost my husband to the same, drinking and driving. And it was hard. It was really, really the toughest thing till this day. But when I broke my back, initially I was a victim. But then now, when I've done the work on it and I moved to Australia and I did all this personal development, life coaching and work on it, I realized that needed to happen to me that way for me to realize that, hey, you can't be drinking and driving. That's not smart. You're hurting yourself and you're going to hurt your family and you're going to, this is not okay. And people go, really, did you need that to happen to you for you to realize that? And I'm like, clearly I did. How stupid, but clearly I did. Because that's what it took for me to not do that. So just have a look in your life and pay attention to it, because it's trying to tell you shit. Thank you guys so damn much. This was a request from someone who asked me about playing the victim and how she could stop. So I give it up to you, sister, for knowing that you are doing victim shit and knowing that it's not serving you. It is not easy. We all do it. We're fucking humans. Give yourself a break, okay? And the fact that you're listening and the fact that you're doing the work on it, your awareness is high. You're wanting to shift. I fucking congratulate you. This is how I started. I started healing all my stuff. I have so much stuff. I still have stuff around anger. I still have stuff about pity parties. I still have stuff. We're always going to have stuff. But it's better than it was. I'm better today than yesterday. Vice versa. I mean, not vice versa. And etc. Tomorrow I'll be better. So thank you for listening. Thank you so damn much. I wish you the best day ever. And I'm going to keep creating podcasts for you that hopefully are hilarious and hopefully impact you. And thank you so much for your requests, especially your love from Instagram. If you couldn't tell already, I'm obsessed with Instagram. It's my jam. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your time, your ears, your support, your love, your questions. Please connect. If you would love to send me a voicemail, you can do so on Anchor, or you can head over to Instagram at The Queen of Confidence or Facebook at The Queen of Confidence and hit me up. Or if you're not on Facebook or Instagram, email me, y'all. My email is erica@thequeenofconfidence.com. I cannot wait to hear from you. I thank you. I love you. This podcast is for you. Go out there and be great, y'all.